I honestly don't know what to say other than this was a boring episode. I can't even think of anything funny to start out with. No kind of thing that I did last week where I was pretending to be a Disney shill. There's nothing I can say. This episode was so damn stupid, and 95% of it was completely irrelevant and boring and retarded. But there was something that did happen in this episode that was so uncomfortable. Maybe one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever seen in Disney Star Wars. Now, I was told by Disney, by Lucasfilm, by the shills, Star Wars is for kids. Star Wars is for kids. Well, we all know that's not the case under Disney Star Wars, but that's what they like to tell us. But oh boy, did we get the OnlyFans edition of Disney Star Wars tonight. That's right. And who is behind the entire project? Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. Don't you love getting OnlyFans content within your Star Wars given to you by Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant? That's right. And as you see, Gary here says, write what you know. Former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland. We basically get to a planet that looks much like the planet in The Last Jedi, the one that Luke Skywalker or Jake Skywalker was on. Although I really don't mind calling him Luke Skywalker, especially because Mark Hamill has essentially killed off Luke Skywalker in my eyes anyway with his behavior. But that's neither here nor there. But this island that they are on, this unknown island or planet, we don't know what it is because it says it's unknown, so they don't tell us what it is. It looks so much like the, what is it, Octu or whatever. I don't even care, but it looks just like that island from The Last Jedi. We have, is it Osha? Yeah, Osha. I believe they've switched this thing out so many times now. So you have Osha here, and you essentially have Osha following around Smilo Ren while he's walking on this island, and apparently he had no idea she's behind him. He had no idea, so she's sneakily walking behind him, following him. He then gets to the scene where he takes off his robe and his shirt. He takes it off, and he gets naked, and then he slowly gets into the water. She's watching this all take place. She's watching all of this take place behind, like in a creepy way, like behind, just spying on him. And apparently that's okay. Apparently that's okay because Disney Star Wars is for kids, everybody. That's what I was told. But then you get to this point, and I can't play the audio, so I'm not going to play the audio. But he starts creepily coming towards her, and it gets really uncomfortable and really awkward at this particular point in time. Now, Lily actually has a video where, again, I can't share the audio, but he starts walking towards her, and it becomes so weird. And she actually looks down at his penis right there. Watch this. I'll play a little clip. She actually looks down at his penis because this is Disney Star Wars right here. Disney Star Wars has been completely sexualized by perverted freaks. One of them used to work for Harvey Weinstein because she was his former personal assistant, and this is where Disney Star Wars is at right now. Look, you see the look down? This is insane. So he gets up, he starts walking towards her. This is the OnlyFans edition right here. He starts walking towards her, and she looks down. What are we doing? What are we doing with this series where it's being completely sexualized? Because this is what happens when you hire someone that used to work for Harvey Weinstein as his former personal assistant. This is what happens. This is Disney Star Wars, but it's for kids, right? It's for kids. This whole situation was completely unnecessary and completely weird. And it does not belong in Star Wars at all. But this is Disney Star Wars right here. This is what the fans have been complaining about for years, telling you that this is what was happening right before our very eyes. And no one was listening at first. No one was listening. We were all racist and sexist and toxic. And now we've reached this point right here where you have Disney Star Wars sexualizing their characters. I'll slow-mo this so you can actually see her look down at this dude's junk. And there it is. That is Disney Star Wars right there. That puts it in perspective for everybody. And there it is. That is intentional. That's an intentional decision from them to continue to sexualize Star Wars, because that's all that matters to these weirdos. That's all they care about. They don't care about storytelling. They don't care about honoring George Lucas's legacy. They don't care about any of this. It's about diversity, inclusion, and representation, and sexualization of a brand that is supposed to be family friendly, but no. This is Disney Star Wars. The rest of the episode, and Lily's got a lot of good stuff over here on her Twitter account, at 300 Mirrors, if you guys want to go follow her. This is the point where she walks up and dude just like takes his, like, all this is, what is that one thing, 50 Shades or whatever? Like, that's all this was. This was 50 Shades of Jedi. That's what I might title it. 50 Shades of Jedi. That's all this episode was. Now, towards the end, she does put on Smilo Ren's helmet. She actually puts Smilo Ren's helmet on. And yes, they do the Darth Vader breathing as well. Yes, you do. It's just like the Darth Vader scene with the music stopping and everything. She puts on Smilo Ren's helmet, and it's supposed to be this really intense moment. It's supposed to be this really intense moment. And it's just cringy as hell. We also got a soy Jedi right here. Really intimidating Jedi, guys. I mean, really, really intimidating right here. This bumbling fool's just standing there when the Leslie Headland's wife, the ugly green Jedi, she pulls out her lightsaber whip like a fucking ninja, and he's standing there like a bumbling, fumbling idiot. That's all he's doing, and he's so amazed at McQueen, who just saved his life. Nothing substantial of substance happened in this episode in terms of moving the story forward. Nothing. It was completely boring. It was really stupid, and it continued to establish that this has nothing to do with George Lucas's Star Wars. Not one bit. And they are so desperate for people to actually care about this shit, they're floating stories like this. The Acolyte Sith Lord was originally a Season 2 tease, but the actor's screen test was so good that plans changed. They're putting that out 17 hours ago to make you think that there's actually plans for a Season 2. But in reality, I don't see a chance in hell at this series getting a Season 2, because this has been absolutely unbelievably terrible in every way possible. This episode, outside of the sexualized bullshit, was the most boring thing ever. There was nothing to even rant about. That's it. Like, nothing happened. Nothing that drove the story forward. Not anything. Soul is an idiot. And by the way, with all these dead Jedi, where's Yoda? Does Yoda not know that? Can he not sense that all of these Jedi are dead? How many dead Jedi do we have up to this point? There's like several dead Jedi. Yoda's alive right now. Can Yoda not sense any of this? Does he not care? Is he not interested? That's The Acolyte, Episode 6, the 50 Shades of Jedi edition. A sexualized episode that had no respect for George Lucas, which we weren't expecting it to. And it had no respect for the audience whatsoever, and had no respect for the story, because there is no story going on right now. All this is virtue signaling bullshit from Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. Write what you know. And that's what Leslie Headland did. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.